Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another Habs Daily News with the hockey coach Guru called Frenchy. Today, episode number 383. What a minute, coach. First of all, of course, the Habs news. And we're going to talk about the Marc Bergevin. The biggest mistake when he was the general manager for the Montreal Canadiens. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave us a comment about this episode. And let's dive in talking about my first subject of the day. First subject of the day is about the Montreal Canadiens news. And the first player we want to talk about, guys, is Logan Neil. What? Again, yes. After Renaud Lavoie, directly from TVA Sport, announced a couple of days ago, Logan Neil got the green lights for the NHL to be eligible to reach the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season. Yesterday, from the Journal de Montréal newspaper in Montreal, said it's not true. Logan Neil did not get the confirmation from the NHL to be eligible to play with the Montreal Canadiens. At the end of the day, guys, only thing I know is Montreal Canadiens never confirmed Logan Neil is eligible to play with them. So I will say to you at this moment, it looked like Logan Neil did not get the green lights to play with the Montreal Canadiens. My second player I want to talk about, guys, is Emil Heineman. During his last interview with TVA Sport Anthony Martineau, Heineman is really confident to be ready to play with the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season. The coaching staff for the Laval Rockets said Emil Heineman has maybe the hardest shot since Cole Caulfield played with them a couple years ago. So we know Heineman scored 7 goals last year in 11 games with the Laval Rockets. From Emil Heineman, he really believed he could make the roster for the upcoming season and play under the head coach Martin St. Louis. My next news for the Montreal Canadiens is about the new staff medical for the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, Montreal hired 2 people, Ramsey, ex-employee with the New York Rangers, and Maxime Gauthier. They are the 2 new people responsible about the medical staff for the Montreal Canadiens. New York Rangers, last year, it was the team with the lowest missing game, their players, 2022-2023. Something behind that proved Ramsey did an amazing, great job with the Rangers. But today I want to talk about Maxime Gauthier, new employee with Ramsey with the Montreal Canadiens. Gauthier, in the last couple of years, used a new system to benefit players to come back quicker and faster after an injury. It's called dry needle. I don't know exactly what is behind the dry needle. The only thing I know is he used a needle through the skin of the players, and then he touched directly the bone, sent a signal to the brain, and then it benefit the player to recover faster. I'm not a doctor. The only thing what I read about that system from Maxime Gauthier. So be interesting what's happening for the Montreal Canadiens for the upcoming season. Finally, my last news of the day is about the Biosteel Hockey Camp. 30 different NHL players participate at this camp. 2 players for the Montreal Canadiens are there. One is Justin Barron with the Montreal Canadiens, and the Habs prospect Lane Hudson. We saw Lane Hudson to be partner with Kel McCarr during the scrimmage between players. Again, this is a great opportunity for Lane Hudson to be around the best hockey player in NHL. Together, we talk about Jack Eichel, Nathan McKinnon, Connor McDavid, and Connor Bedard. Some of them at this special camp for the Biosteel Hockey Camp. This is conclude all the news for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's move on for my second subject of the day. My second subject of the day is about the ex-general manager for the Montreal Canadiens, Marc Bergevin. The biggest mistake I never heard from him during his time with the Montreal Canadiens. What are you talking about, coach? Montreal Canadiens, at some point, they could get Leon Draisaitl and Darnell Nurse for the Edmonton Oilers. What? I will repeat. At some point, Montreal Canadiens could get Leon Draisaitl and Darnell Nurse. During 2016, at the NHL draft, Montreal Canadiens tried to trade Piquet Subban. We know at that year, June 29, 2016, they trade Piquet Subban. Days prior, at the NHL draft, Montreal Canadiens are targeting to draft Pierre-Luc Dubois. Edmonton Oilers 4 overall pick in 2016. Montreal is 9 overall pick. So Montreal tried to go higher in the NHL draft, and they offer Piquet Subban to the Edmonton Oilers. So the trade is, are you ready? Because it's going to hurt if you are Montreal Canadiens fans. Montreal Canadiens trade Piquet Subban and their 9 overall pick. And return, they get Leon Draisaitl, Logan Neil, and the 4th overall pick 2016. Remember, the last 3 years prior 2016 draft, Piquet Subban was maybe one of the best defensemen in the NHL. 51 points, 45 assists back-to-back season. During that time, Leon Draisaitl did his first 2 years in NHL, got only 60 points and 109 games with the Oilers. And Nurse, drafted in 2013, did not do too much during his first couple of years with the Edmonton Oilers. So Oilers are really interested to get Piquet Subban. Now what happening is they are agreeing. I'm going to tell you right now, they are agreeing to make the deal. But at the 3rd overall pick draft 2016, the Columbus Blue Jackets select Pierre-Luc Dubois. The deal is over. And then Bergevin changed his mind and refused to make the deal. And Edmonton Oilers select 4th overall pick Jesse Puljujarvi. Montreal select 9th overall pick Sergachev. We know he got traded for Jonathan Drouin. 6th overall pick at that year, Calgary Flames select Tkachuk. Imagine this way. Montreal say yes to Edmonton. They got Draisaitl, Logan Neil, and at the 4th overall pick, they get Tkachuk. I'm shocked. What the heck? He was thinking Marc Bergevin. Imagine if Montreal made the deal with the Edmonton Oilers. Montreal could get Draisaitl, Nurse, plus Matthew Tkachuk. It is what it is, but I just want to sharing this trade Marc Bergevin refused to do at the end of the day after the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2016 select Pierre-Luc Dubois. That's conclude, guys, all the subject we have on this episode. Thanks for watching another episode of the Habs Daily News with the hockey coach guru called Frenchy. But before we leave, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave us a comment about this episode. And of course, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.